A soothing darkness filled the room, like a gentle embrace. The temperature was moderate, a comfortable balance between warmth and coolness. The walls, soft gray, seemed to absorb any lingering stress. A plush blanket wrapped a sleeping girl in its warmth. Her slow breath was the only disturbance in the stillness. The girl slept peacefully, snuggled under a plush blanket, her slow breaths the only sound in the silence. The girl stirred in her sleep. Her delicate arms moved from the blanket to her face, caressing her face gently while her lids battled for separation. She blinked gently, a frown making up to her face once she takes in the unfamiliar environment. Eileen, where am I? Her whispering voice disturbed the silence of the room as she pushed away the blanket. She looked down only to see her shoes neatly placed beside the bed, and soon the situation started to seep into her mind. Eileen, Aiden? The gentle voice got back its stamina. She wore her shoes and collected her belongings from the nightstand. Eileen, it's so late. She looked at her watch worriedly and left the room in a hurry. The girl climbed down the stairs, her eyes stuck on the main door as she wanted to leave. Eileen! Her steps stopped immediately. She turned to look around only to see the familiar figure sitting on a couch in the living room. Aiden looked at her piercingly, his eyes deeply stuck on her sleepy face, the little mess of her dark coal hairs and those dark eyes, slightly polished with a thin layer of liquid. He unfolded his legs, his hand on the armrest curled up gently, and he tilted his head to stare at the red stain on her right cheek. Aiden, you woke up finally. His lips curled up in a small arc, his lids fell into an adoring look. Eileen, why yes. I am sorry. I don't know how this happened. She touched her forehead gently, recognizing a sudden headache. Aiden, probably because of overwork. You looked sleep-deprived. Eileen looked at him taken back. Her hand moved up to her eyes, touching her under eyes gently. Eileen, I do? Aiden nodded his head, getting up from the couch as he walked towards her slowly. His eyes stayed over hers. Aiden, I can't be mistaken, Eileen. I pay attention to the people I care about, and I can tell you haven't been sleeping well. He stood in front of her, craning his neck down to look into her eyes. Eileen, thank you for taking care of me. She only wore a smile of appreciation that made the men smile too. Aiden, anytime. He took a deep breath, straightening back up. Aiden, I ordered food. Let's have some. Eileen held his arm before he could walk past her. Once more, give him a chance to look at her. It's late. Aiden looked at the big wall clock in the living room and then at her. Aiden, the night has just started and you call this late. Eileen nodded her head, detaching her hand from his wrist. Eileen, for me it's late. My brother must be waiting, so I need to go. Aiden stared into her eyes for a moment. Silence surrounding both of them. Aiden, okay, give me a moment. I will drop you off. Eileen blinks, seeing his back as the men walk towards the open galley. Aiden, you like peaches? His sudden question that made her slightly surprised and somehow amused. Eileen, yes. She heard the sound of liquid flow. Her silent stomach growled suddenly at the sigh of her favorite shake. Aiden, I made this from fresh stock. He handed over the juice, moving towards the cabinet. Eileen, thank you. Her voice sounds unsure, embarrassment seeping in her as the realization of being pampered by a patient hit her hard. Aiden, Eileen. She looked up at him, detaching her lips from the glass only for them to part away. The girl flinched when a sudden cold touched her cheek. Her eyes flung towards his face, who smiled down at her. Aiden, if we walk out like this, someone might think I'm an abusive boyfriend or something. He pressed the cold pack over her cheek to reduce the redness. Eileen, I don't think we will be around people. She gently touched the back of his hand with her fingertips. Aiden sucked in a deep breath at the gentle caressing and moved his hand away. Aiden, maybe, but I did prepare this. The moment I saw you mistreating your cheek in sleep, Eileen smiled at his choice of word. Eileen, can we leave now? Aiden nodded his head, picking up the car keys from the table while she finished her drink. Aiden, after you. She passed him a grateful look and exited the house. I then looked at the house for the last time. It was now empty and silent. The warmth in his eyes was replaced by coldness as he closed the door. Scarlett. Hello, she said in her drowsy voice, picking up the call in the middle of her sleep. Where's Eileen? She squinted her eyes, looking at the screen once more before placing it back over her ear. Scarlett. Rowan. Why are you calling me at this hour? She turned on her side lamp, leaning back on the headboard. Where is Eileen? Why can't I reach her? Scarlett. She's your finance, Rowan. You should know it the best. A rush of irritation hit her at the cold tone of the man on the other side. You are with her every day, Scarlett. Tell me what's keeping her busy these days. Scarlett. Apart from studies, tutoring, she could hear the irregular breaths from the other side. Who? Scarlett. There's a boy, a good one. She pinched her nose bridge, her closed eyes begging her to sleep. A boy? Scarlett. Yeah. The cell phone fell from her hand as the girl dozed off into a deep slumber.